Hello! So we're going to do some yoga today, just a nice relaxing one because I'm tired. It's morning for me right now, so hopefully this will just kind of give me a little bit of energy to get going for the day. Let's see how we get on, really. So if we just start at the front of the mat. Oh, it's quite nice out here, it's nice and warm. And just take a moment, standing as tall as you can, spread your feet out. Spread your toes out and just figure out what you want to get from this. So I want a little bit of energy, or maybe you want to just forget about your day if it's been a long day, or if you want to just get some movement, whatever it is, just take a moment, set your intentions for what we're going to do. And when we're ready, on the inhale, just raising the arms, open the chest slightly. And on the exhale, coming down, you can pop your hands onto your shins, your ankles, your feet. Try and keep the spine flat. I'm going to go to the floor. From there, raise up, look straight ahead for a second, breathing in. And you can walk or jump. I'm going to walk because I've only just got started, into a plank position. So you could jump back there. Bend your elbows. Knees should be off the floor, but if you need to put them down, that's okay. Lifting up into our upward dog. So my knees are off the ground. I've got baggy trousers, you can't tell. Clench your bum here, press your chest forwards. Exhale over into the downward dog. And we'll just stay here for a moment or two. So try and push into the ground. You're trying to really send your body up towards the sky. Remember to turn the creases of the elbows to face forward so you can feel the shoulder joints stabilize. And the outer edges of the feet should be in line with the outer edges of the mat. So I'm going to walk. Again, you can jump forwards, but I'm just going to look between my hands, bend the knees and walk forwards before lengthening up and back to where I started. So I'm going to call out which way to breathe on each movement. Don't worry, if you've not done this sort of thing before, just breathe, you'll be fine. So inhale, arms up. Exhale down, hands to shins, floor, feet, wherever feels comfortable. Breathing in, lift and look straight ahead. And breathing out, walk or jump back into your little plank there. Inhale as you bend your knees and come up. And exhale to your downward dog. So I'm breathing out to get to here. And then just breathe. So the garden smells great today. And same thing, you can walk or jump. I always kind of bend my knees, look between my hands, and kind of do a little spring forwards. We're trying to keep it nice and soft. Breathing out to go forwards. Breathing in to come back up. And out back to where we started. So I'm going to keep adding little bits now. Inhale coming up. This is probably our last one standing. Exhale down. Breathing in. Lift. Breathing out to jump back to our plank or walk. Again, try and keep it nice and soft so you're not thumping around. Inhale as the elbows bend. Lifting up. Exhale to our downward dog. So tilt your tailbone to the ceiling. So now I'm going to raise the right leg. Try and keep your hips square to the mat. Try and keep your legs as straight as you can. Not everyone's legs will go straight. And try and use your bum muscle to lift that leg nice and high. If there's a little bend in one or both knees, it's okay, but we're trying to keep things neat. From there, I'm going to bring that right leg through and towards the front right elbow and pause. Before posting the right leg through under the left side. Taking it into this position. So fallen triangle, I believe this is called. If you want to go a little bit further, you can always just raise that leg for a bit of effort. And then roll it back to the plank. Bend the elbows to the upward dog. And back to the downward dog. Now I'm on the edge of some steps here, so it could be interesting when I change sides. Always check in on your breathing. If your breathing feels kind of nice and slow and natural, you're probably doing fine. When your breathing's tightening up and feeling unpleasant, that's when things are going a bit wrong. So raising the other leg. Try and square up the hips. So I'm going to drop off the edge of this decking. So let's see what happens. Taking the leg to the elbow first. And then posting it through. And you can have your foot on the ground in the falling triangle, or you can lift that foot slightly. We're rolling back to our plank. It's called a little vinyasa flow, is this bit, so just through the vinyasa. And back to our downward dog. Changing sides, we're back on the right leg raise. If you want to make life difficult for yourself, really kind of prepare for this. I know I had to practice, but you might want to grab left hand to left ankle, so same leg to same ankle. And we've got this one-handed triangle pose here. It's quite a lot of balance. Before I come back to two hands, and this time I'm going to take this right leg all the way forwards, placing my foot where my hand was into a little lunge here. Okay, so tuck your tailbone, little crescent here. So I'm really clenching the back butt cheek, tucking the tailbone, looking for a little stretch into the hip flexors. If you're going to arch further, arch from your chest, pointing your chest to the ceiling. At no point does this move hurt my lower back. All right, so right leg is at the front, left hand is going to come to the floor, and I'm going into a little twist here. And then try and straighten the back leg, so we're in a twisted lunge. If you're happy with your knee on the ground, that's okay. Going into my standing twisted lunge. Really try and keep the hips square, twist from your waist. Try and make sure your body's really kind of straight, so your head is directly over the pelvis. Now the back arm or right arm comes down as the front arm or left arm goes up. And I'm going to twist into a warrior two. So I'm going to look straight down the hand at the front here. The front leg, the knees directly over the ankle. Try and really open the hips to face the side of your mat. And that back leg is just ever so slightly tilted, so the foot is tilted inwards slightly. Okay, the front arm goes down, the back arm goes up, and I'm drawing a little circle here back to my plank position. Vinyasa flow, nearly done now. Back to the downward dog. So nice and smooth. I can feel my whole body's just waking up a little bit, which is what I wanted this morning. So we're changing legs. The other leg is going to raise. We can try that single leg balance. I've got same hand grabbing the back leg. If you're not okay, obviously leave both hands on the floor. So I'm going to come back to both hands anyway because my balance is not so good this side. And this leg is going to go forwards into a kneeling lunge. Tuck the tailbone. And I've just got my hands in a prayer position. I'm kind of opening like the chest bone is lifting up. Into a kneeling twist. So I've got opposite hand to front foot, so left foot and right hand at the front, really turning the chest. You might want to stay in this position, or you might want to lengthen the back leg, which is kind of where we're going in a moment anyway, to this lunge. Really find the twist through the rib cage and chest. Push into that front leg, see if you can lift. Tucking the tailbone at all times, always in these sort of positions, clenching that back butt cheek. So the back hand or left hand goes down, the right hand goes up. Warrior. So I'm looking down the front hand. My arm is kind of straight over my leg, my knee is straight over my ankle. I'm really trying to open the pelvis to face the side of the mat. Front arm down, back arm over, plank position. Bend the elbows through our vinyasa. Downward dog. And you can walk or jump so your feet are back between your hands. Nice and soft. Lengthen forwards. And just going to check how we're doing for time. Yep, we're good. Okay, so I'm going to go into a tree pose from here. So if we do right leg first, then we all know where we are. So the right leg is just going to lift. You can pop it on your ankle, knee, or I find if I grab my leg and really kind of push it upwards, it wedges under its own pressure into the upper thigh. So hips are pointing square forwards, tree. Try and really open this knee as wide as you can. Really lengthen tall. And let's make that tree grow a little bit so the arms are going up. And let's make that tree wider. So palms are facing up towards the ceiling or sky. Okay, bring the knee to the chest again. Arms are coming down. I'm just going to tilt, oops, away from you. So now I'm tilting forwards into my warrior three. However, the arms are going to come back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Try and raise that back leg. So I'm using my butt cheek to push the leg up, the glutes. Bend that back front leg, we're in our lunge. You know it, more vinyasa flow. It's just a nice little link move. Great for everything. Walk or jump forwards. We'll do it all again on the other side. Excuse me. So I'm going into my tree pose on the left leg this time. So hips are trying to point square forwards, trying to really open the knee sideways. My top tip, if you struggle with balance, is look at something stable. So I'm staring at my garden fence right now. Make your tree grow. Make your tree bigger. So arms are about 45 degrees here, palms facing upwards. Bend the knee forwards, taking it out into the warrior. It's kind of a mixture, a couple of moves is this one. Squeezing the shoulder blades together, raising that back leg. Then the front leg into our long lunge. Last vinyasa, here we go. Hands to the floor. Elbows bend. And up. Last downward dog of the day, or for me, the last one of the day. I've got stuff to do after this. You might want to carry on and do a little bit more. And then you can look between your hands, jumping forwards. Lengthen your way up. And just for a moment, if we just take a seat, very, very briefly have a little lay down, just for a second. When you're doing exercise, it's not so much the exercises that improve your strength and flexibility and whatever your goals are, it's the rests in between. It's when you stop and rest that your body recovers, rebuilds itself bigger, better, stronger, faster, whatever your goal is. Just take a moment, let everything go. Remember to relax your face. My face always holds expression. I have to consciously let those muscles go. Let your arms and legs grow heavy for a second. Think about what you're going to be doing next, what the rest of the day is going to involve. Take a nice big breath in. Pause. Breathe out any stress. You got this. It's going to be a good day. And we're done.